Hello there. It's a beautiful day. I'm out in the woods and today we're going to be having a look at this, the Mybo Pathfinder. So when I first came back to Merlin, I saw this bow on a rack and it instantly caught my eye. For several reasons, but most of the reasons is if you know me, if you followed me for any length of time, you know I'm a bit funny about bow grips. And I saw this really slim bow grip and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to have a play with one of these. And today I get to. So we're here in the lovely Merlin Field Archers Wood. I'm more of a 3D guy myself. I tend to sort of venture around sort of 3D woods a bit more, but this is one of the very few field archery or paper face kind of woods I go to, and it's a beautiful facility. So if you get the opportunity, go and check them out, because they've let us come film here today, and it is such a pretty wood. But more about that later. But the reason why you're here, the reason why I'm here, is because we're going to look at this. Now this is a modern style kind of trad bow. It's an aluminium riser made from 6082 aluminium, which is really high grade aluminium. ILF system, comes in two lengths. Well, the riser comes in two lengths. You've got a 17-inch and a 19-inch. This is the 17-inch, giving you a 60-inch bow. The 19 obviously gives you a 62-inch bow. You can set it up to shoot off the shelf, which is my bag. I really like doing that. You could put a rest or a plunger or whatever you want in there. It's got provisions for almost any way you want to set this up. But I just thought it was such an unusual, kind of unique looking little bow. Really forward grip, which you don't often see. Very comfortable grip. That's my main take from this bow, is that grip. That's really what I like to shoot. I mean, one of my favorite bows is the RK1, and that's a very slim, hard grip, and this is very similar to that. It's got these little kind of ridges in, which really help, I don't know, locate your hand into the grip really nicely. So can't wait to really go and give this a proper run out. This bow, I think, is about 35 pounds, if I remember rightly. But you've got £2 increments in the limbs, so you can pretty much build the bow you want. Comes in two different finishes. You've got a glossy finish or this sandblasted finish, which I really like. I really prefer the sandblasted over the gloss. But yeah, I mean, I saw the two and I picked up the sandblasted one. Just that kind of matte finish, I think, works nice for me. I'm not very good with shiny things. I tend to wreck shiny things, so matte is the way to go for me. You got these really nice carbon crossweave Pathfinder limbs. I think they're a very fine looking pair of limbs. Overall, it's just, if you're into that kind of modern, kind of short, compact, modern traditional looking sort of bow, this is definitely worth checking out. I mean, I don't know if you ever saw my video when I sort of did a video on the Hoyt Buffalo and the Win & Win RCX 17, which is now the Black Wolf. These are definitely kind of very popular kind of style bows. And yeah, I just wanted to give this a good go. So let's go and have a little shoot with it. We'll have a little bit of talk about it, and then we'll have a bit of a roundup at the end, and we'll see what's what. But yeah, let's go and have some fun. Okay, we are at the Merlin Wood today, and the thing I like about these kind of field courses, I mean, this is an EFA course as well as a WA field course. They do everything here, but these are EFA targets set up there, which I quite like. You've got a big white spot that you can see, but it forces you to shoot sort of a bit longer distances. This is 56 yards, which is way longer than I would be shooting 3D at. So it's just nice. It's a bit of fun, but I figured I can't have a pop at this this long shot while everyone's watching. So there's no pressure. Let's give it a go. Straight under. Okay, try again. I think I can make some mental adjustments there. Oh, I'm on the target. That's good. That's good. I mean, it's uphill as well, which doesn't really help. But let's give it another pop. Oh, just below. See, this is kind of fun. Gets you out your comfort zone a little bit. Oh, oh, just a touch high. Last one. Yep, last one. Okay. Come on. Oh yeah, just on the edge of the white there. So I'll take that. But yeah, no, it's good fun. It's hot though. Jeez. Okay, so if we completely ignore the one that I missed down there, that didn't happen. I got 4 arrows, 4 scoring arrows at 56 yards, you know, through an untuned bow. I'm kind of happy with that. I haven't shot that sort of distance for ages, so that's quite good. But you've got these really big bright spots in the middle that I can really focus on, so that's a help. But yeah, just wanted to show you that, like, the sort of shots we've been shooting today, sort of a bit longer than I'm normally used to. But yeah, it's all archery. It's all good fun. I think the scoring on these is 5, 4, 3. I think. Do you get any extra for an X? You don't get any extra for an X, but you count the X, and I think they add them up at the end. Is that right? It's been a while since I've done one of these. But yeah, big white spots are like those. Yeah, let's carry on. Does a bear poop in the woods? Not here, because there's a toilet for pooping or weeing, you know, whatever. It's cool. So we're at the stage where I thought I'd come and have a little shoot with this and try and convey to you kind of what it's like to shoot. This is pretty much an out-of-the-box setup. I haven't really done a great deal of tuning with it. I'm shooting 3-under, so I'm shooting with an even tiller. It's the string that comes with it. It's everything that's kind of come with it, bar the felt pads that are on this little sort of strike plate here. I put those on separately, so you will, if you are going to set up the bow like this, you get the sort of little plate extender, but you don't get the kind of felt pad, so you'll need to pick up something to put on there. But like I say, I haven't tuned this bow, and you know, I would like to actually spend a little bit more time tuning this bow and maybe revisit it, because I think potentially it's a cracking little bow. I'm not using the right arrows for it. These are a bit weak. I'm shooting a 700 spine arrow. This is about a 35-pound bow. Not quite the best combination. I would probably go for a stiffer arrow if I was kind of really tuning something in, but I just had these to hand, and they're about right. I mean, they go in straight, so it's not the end of the world. They're just not flying quite as true as I would want to. But geez, it's warm today. High 20s Celsius. I don't know what that is for Fahrenheit. Any idea for our American friends?
70s?
70s, we'll say. It's warm, you know, just trickling down my back, but you don't need to know that. And today was a bad choice for a grey t-shirt. So if you see any pit stains, that's, you know, that's on you. So I'm going to try and shoot an arrow and convey to you what it kind of feels like. But let's give it a go. But I love that grip. This grip is phenomenal. So the thing, it feels very fast. A lot of people ask me about chronoing bows, and it's not something I normally do, because depending on the equipment, it's you know, it's never an exact science. Well, I suppose it is really, but it's not something I normally do. But I think what I am going to start doing is speed testing bows in a separate video. So you'll see this kind of walk around the woods, all the niceness, but then there'll be a bit more of a technical video at some point with the specs of the arrow and the draw length and everything, all you know, all the techie stuff you could think of. But yeah, it feels fast and it sounds a little twangy, which is why I'd like to spend a little bit more time tuning it. Because it's got such a forward grip, which really helps with stability. It looks like the brace height's massive. So it's about 9.5, something like that. I've got that set to. But I'd like to put on a slightly better string. I think it comes with a Whisper, a Bear Paw Speed Flight string, I think they're called. But I think I could probably find a better material on that's going to sort of calm it down a bit. Maybe tweak the tiller in and out a little bit. Just give it a really good tune. I mean, like I say, this is pretty much straight out the box, but it's such a flat trajectory. It's nice. I'm going high on a lot of shots just because I'm not used to such a flat trajectory. I'm used to kind of plumping them in, but I can't get over how nice that feels in the hand. I would really, like I say, like to tune it in a little bit more, really spend a good day. It's been such a long time since I tuned in an ILF kind of essentially barebow riser, so it'd be nice to actually do that. Maybe I'll do a video on tuning it in, getting a bit anal with it and doing all sorts of bits and bobs. But yeah, it feels fast. I'd like to know how fast it is actually. But I love the fact it's an ILF bow. I mean, these limbs are really nice, but you don't have to shoot these limbs. You could buy the riser separately and put some Ukas on there, or you know, some of the scary border limbs or something. I imagine that would make a pretty aggressive looking bow. But I'm quite taken with that. I do quite like going for these kind of modern trad bows every now and again. Like I say, one of my favourite bows is the RK1, and this is nice. This is really nice actually. It just pops them down. It's such an unusual profile as well, with that forward grip. There's not quite, I don't think there's much on the market like that. But yeah, I think I will revisit this bow at some point. So I've upgraded the string a little bit, maybe put a little bit of string silencers in there, a heavier arrow. I think that's going to be a really sweet shooting bow. But like any type of bow like this, you need to spend the time and fiddle with it. But should have as an out of the box kind of put together and shoot, it shoots great. So let's get those arrows, shoot a few more, and then we'll have a little chat at the end, and then I think I might go and get a drink or something. It's pretty warm. Okay, so that has been the Mybo Pathfinder. It's a bow I've been meaning to get my hands on for a while because it just looks so interesting. I think it's a cool little bow. I think it will be absolutely fantastic for like a short travel bow. Pack it up, stick it in your suitcase if you go and when we can go abroad and go on our archery adventures again. But yeah, it's a lovely little bow to shoot. It is, if I'm being honest, a little bit loud, bit twangy. But like I said before, I would like to revisit this bow. I think it requires a little bit of tuning. Any kind of ILF bow usually needs a little bit more of a setup than I've given it. I literally just got it out of the box yesterday, threw it together, put a string on it, checked the basics, brace height and tiller, and it was about right. But I would like to do some proper tuning with something like this, and I think with a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, the right sort of arrow, you'd be dropping some absolute trad bombs. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. I wasn't giving it the best run out today. I was using some arrows that probably a little bit too light, a little bit too weak. So I wasn't getting the best out of the bow that I think I probably could. But it is a fun little bow to shoot. I'm kind of proud of this. It's manufactured here in the UK from high-end 6082 aluminium. Made like I think the fact that they're made right here in the UK is really good. So Mybo get a really good kind of level of quality control over them because they manufacture each and every single one. I love the matte finish. I think I much prefer that to the sort of the gloss finish. I think for a bow that sort of should be in the woods, I think a matte finish is a good call. Fully adjustable ILF system. You can adjust it laterally. You can change the tiller. There's a lot of tuning you can be done with this. You could shoot with a pressure button and a rest if you wanted to, or a sort of an AccuTune or something like that if you wanted to go down that route. It's got the lovely the carbon crossweave limbs. That's a really attractive high-end limb in there. I think they've done a grand job with the limbs. It's a bow that I'm not done with yet. I'm going to have a good play with this. Like I say, this is a 30. It's marked up as a 30-pound bow, but I think because it's on the slightly shorter riser, the poundage is slightly higher. I'll need to weigh it properly, but it felt like it was actually a little bit more than 30 at my draw length. But I know I had a lot of fun with it. It's something that I tend to pass up the kind of the more technical side of things, but maybe it's just my old age. But I really want to tune it. I really want to have some, a really good play with it. See what I can do. Out of the box, absolutely fine. Like I say, a little bit noisy, but with a bit of tuning, I think that could be a really nice little bow. But that's been the Mybo Pathfinder. This is a 60-inch recurve. There's obviously a 62 version with the 19-inch riser, available in a couple of different colours, obviously left and right-handed. But I'll put links and everything down in the description below. But I hope you've enjoyed that. I know I've had an absolute blast in the woods today, though I'm so hot. But I'm not complaining because British summers aren't always the best. So I will enjoy this while we can. Oh, just while I think about it, it does come with an adapter, so you can put a side-mounted bow quiver on it. I didn't do that today. I've been using an actual quiver. I almost look like a proper archer today, so don't get too used to that. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. You take care, shoot straight, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye bye. Aluminium riser, or for our American friends, aluminum, but it's aluminium. Come on.